Hey, welcome to our outdoor adventure version of Don't Mess Up Your Home Loan. And in this video, there's several tips pieced together in various locations. And hopefully you're not too distracted by the beautiful scenery. But do pay attention to these awesome tips because we want to help you get the best products and pricing when you finally get your home loan.
Tip number one, do not apply for any new credit. Having a stellar credit score is more important than ever, and credit inquiries lower your credit score. Try to avoid applying for any consumer accounts such as credit cards or auto loans. The good news is when we pull your credit, it will have no impact or little impact on your credit score. Tip number two, avoid making large purchases on credit even with existing accounts. New debt will definitely lower your credit score, but having higher balances on existing accounts can also lower your credit score. Plus, all of this increases your debt to income ratio, and we want that to be as low as possible. Tip number three, do not increase your credit limits on existing accounts. There is a chance that your creditor will check your credit, and credit inquiries lower one's credit score. Having stellar credit is more important than ever, so just avoid doing this. Tip number four, do not conduct any credit card balance transfers between existing or new credit cards. A shift in the credit utilization percentages could negatively affect your credit score. It's very important to have the highest scores possible. Also, you create the possibility of chasing down a lot of extra paperwork. That's never fun. Tip number five, don't take cash advances off of credit cards or equity lines. Funds from credit cards are never acceptable, and increased credit card balances could drive your credit score down. The same goes for an existing equity line. Let us pull your scores before you take the closing funds off your equity line. And yes, that's a waterfall. Tip number six, do not close older credit card accounts. Credit scoring models take into account the length of time accounts have been open. Closing older accounts will reduce the overall length of your credit history and lower your scores. Tip number seven, do not get gift funds without getting a fully executed gift letter and a paper trail for the transfer of the funds. This may or may not include getting a copy of the donor's bank statement, but talk to us before you take any money. We will coach you on the easiest way to handle this. Tip number eight, do not get gift funds from a non-family member because gift funds from friends is generally not allowed by the underwriting guidelines. However, monies from nonprofit organizations are allowed. But consult with us first before taking receipt of any of this kind of money. Tip number nine, do not sell any large ticket items such as a car, RV, or boat to generate closing funds unless we have discussed this. There are a few documents we need done correctly, and we're totally glad to coach you on how to do this. But if done wrong, there's no going back. Tip number 10, if you plan to use any funds from a bank or an investment account that you don't want to show us, move the funds now. After 2 full banking cycles, the money is seasoned and acceptable for your transaction. Any transfers from an undocumented account will require all that account information, including explaining and documenting large deposits into that account. Tip 11, minimize transfers between accounts from different financial institutions, even if we have the information on both accounts. We must verify that all deposits into all accounts are acceptable funds, so this will probably mean you'll have to provide a lot more paperwork. Tip number 12, if you plan to use any funds from offshore or cryptocurrency accounts, it's a great idea to move the funds now. After 2 full banking cycles, the money is seasoned and acceptable for your transaction. But if you wait to transfer the funds, you'll have a lot more paperwork to do, and there's even a chance you cannot use the funds. Tip number 13, do not change your employment unless we have discussed this. It is crucial you stay in the same line of work and that your compensation is similar. Switching to an inferior job could delay your ability to get a home loan for 6 months, a year, or even 2 years. Tip number 14, do not reduce your work schedule. The lending agencies are running worst case scenario for every borrower's income right now, and a reduction in pay is not going to help you. We want to keep your income as stable and as high as possible to maximize your qualifying ability. Tip number 15, do not discard or pack any financial documents. Retain all pay stubs, W-2s, and bank statements until we close your loan. In fact, if you get income from a W-2 job, we advise you getting your last pay stub from each of the last 2 years. Those December 31st pay stubs show us the breakdown of your income. Tip number 16, do not pay off debt to qualify. If we need you to pay off any debt, we'll have you do that at the very end through escrow, so hang on to your money. However, do grab the most recent billing statement with the complete correct address, and escrow will send the money there. Tip number 17, do not suddenly become self-employed. If you're a W-2 wage earner, even if it's 100% commission, do not switch to 100% self-employment. This will delay you getting a home loan for up to 2 years. However, if you'd like to open up a side business in addition to your regular job, please consult with us so we can give you some great advice.
Hey, congratulations. You made it through our Don't Mess Up Your Home Loan video series. And we're hoping this will add tremendous value, that you will see the light, and it will help you have a much smoother process and get access to better products and pricing. If you would like some customized one-on-one coaching, please do reach out to us. We're here to help you.